Every time Apple releases a new product, there's more going on than meets the eye. Behind every device, there's strategy, precision, and a bigger plan. And this year, something is shifting quietly in Apple's lineup. Not on your wrist, not in your pocket, but in your living room. Because the next Apple TV 4K isn't just an upgrade. It's the beginning of Apple's next big ecosystem move. One that connects entertainment, intelligence, and home automation into one seamless experience. Over the years, the Apple TV has been that silent genius in the background. Not as popular as the iPhone, not as personal as the Apple Watch, but always reliable. It's the product that never makes headlines, yet it's the one Apple keeps refining. And now, in 2025, the stage is set for something much bigger. Let's start with what we know. Apple has already made a major shift, a total rebrand. Apple TV Plus is now simply called Apple TV. The app is Apple TV. The hardware is Apple TV. Everything is now unified under a single identity. That's not random. It's Apple's way of merging its devices and services into one powerful experience. When you think about it, Apple rarely makes big naming changes unless they mean something. This rebrand tells us that Apple doesn't see the Apple TV as just another box. It sees it as a central platform, a gateway between entertainment, home, and personal intelligence. Now, what's actually changing in the 2025 Apple TV 4K? A lot. According to multiple leaks and reports, the next generation Apple TV will feature Apple's A17 Pro chip, the same processor used in the iPhone 15 Pro. That's a serious jump in power. It means smoother performance, console-level gaming, and most importantly, on-device AI. Why AI? Because Apple is preparing to extend its Apple Intelligence initiative beyond the iPhone and Mac into your living room. This isn't just about watching movies or shows anymore. It's about a personalized entertainment experience. Imagine your Apple TV understanding your preferences, predicting your mood, and suggesting content before you even search. Imagine it adjusting your lighting and sound automatically when you start a movie. That's where Apple is heading, towards an intelligent home experience that feels effortless. And to support this, tvOS 26, the latest operating system, introduces a major visual change called liquid glass. It's smoother, more dynamic, and clearly inspired by visionOS from the Vision Pro. The whole interface now feels alive, designed to blur the line between devices, but Apple didn't stop there. tvOS 26 adds new features like the ability to use any AirPlay-enabled speaker as your default output, not just a HomePod. There's a karaoke mode where your iPhone can act as a microphone. Profiles are easier to switch. It's all about making Apple TV more social, more interactive, and more connected. Still, the most exciting rumors go beyond software. Several developers digging into tvOS code have found camera-related references. Yes, a camera. That could mean FaceTime calls from your couch or even gesture-based controls. It sounds futuristic, but it makes sense. With Apple already using spatial and gesture recognition in Vision Pro, those features could easily find their way to the Apple TV. Imagine waving your hand to pause a movie or joining a FaceTime call on your big screen without touching a remote. It's exactly the kind of seamless integration Apple is known for. Whether it's built into the box or added as an accessory, a camera-equipped Apple TV could be a game changer. Now, about the design. Apple isn't expected to change it drastically. The minimalist black box will probably stay, but expect subtle refinements. A smaller footprint. A matte texture. Better thermal management. Nothing flashy, but everything purposeful. The biggest design evolution will actually be invisible, inside the hardware. The 2025 Apple TV is rumored to include Wi-Fi 6E or even Wi-Fi 7 support, Bluetooth 5.3, and improved Thread and Matter capabilities. What that means for users is faster streaming, smoother device connections, and an even stronger role as a smart home hub. This box won't just stream your favorite show. It'll control your home, link your devices, and serve as the bridge between your iPhone, your HomePod, and your future Apple gadgets. Analysts believe this focus on smart home integration is Apple's next frontier. For years, Apple has been quietly positioning itself as the premium choice in the connected home market. The Apple TV 4K could be the heart of that ecosystem, a hub that powers everything from lighting to temperature to entertainment. And here's where Apple's strategy becomes clear. Unlike most tech companies, Apple doesn't just chase specs, it builds ecosystems. The Apple Watch made health data part of your lifestyle. The iPhone became the digital center of your world. And now, the Apple TV could become the intelligence layer of your home, a device that not only entertains you, but knows you. Even pricing might reflect that new direction. Several analysts, including Ming-Chi Kuo, believe Apple may finally introduce a more affordable model, possibly under $100. That's rare for Apple, but it's a smart move. By lowering the entry price, Apple can put the Apple TV in millions of new homes. Each one becomes a gateway into its services. Apple Music, Apple Arcade, Apple Fitness, and of course, Apple TV. Once you're in the ecosystem, you stay, and that's the secret behind Apple's long-term plan. It's not about selling one product, it's about selling the experience. The more connected your devices become, the harder it is to leave. That's the magic of Apple. It doesn't just sell hardware, it builds habits. Now let's talk about timing. Based on reports from Apple's supply chain, production for the new Apple TV 4K is expected to begin soon after WWDC 2025. That points to a likely release window in late 2025, possibly around September or October, alongside new Macs or iPads. If that's true, we might see a teaser during Apple's fall event, with sales beginning before the holidays. Perfect timing for Apple's biggest home push ever. But here's what makes this release more interesting than any before. It's not just about one product. It's part of a much larger shift. Apple is merging its physical and digital worlds. The Vision Pro showed us how Apple sees the future: immersive, intelligent, seamless. The Apple TV is the bridge that brings that vision into your home. With powerful AI, deep integration, and the rebranding that ties content and hardware together, the 2025 Apple TV 4K is shaping up to be more than a streaming box. It's the foundation of Apple's connected lifestyle, the next evolution of entertainment and home automation. Think about it. The iPhone revolutionized communication. The Mac changed productivity. The Apple Watch redefined health and fitness. And now Apple TV could transform the way your home behaves. Imagine a home that knows when you're relaxing, adjusts the mood, dims the lights, and plays the perfect soundtrack, all without you saying a word. This is where Apple's intelligence really starts to shine. And it's why the 2025 Apple TV might be the most underrated product of the year. Every leak, every rumor, and every subtle change in Apple's software points toward one direction. Apple is preparing for a new era. An era where devices don't just talk to you, but to each other. Where entertainment, automation, and intelligence merge into one seamless ecosystem. So when you hear people say, it's just another Apple TV, look closer. Behind that simple box lies a massive shift in how Apple sees the future of the home. A future where your TV doesn't just stream, it thinks. As 2025 unfolds, we'll see if Apple delivers everything the rumors promise. But one thing is certain. The Apple TV 4K is no longer just a side character. It's becoming the centerpiece of Apple's home strategy, the invisible glue holding everything together. And maybe, just maybe, when Apple finally reveals it, we'll realize that the company wasn't trying to dominate the TV market at all. It was quietly building the world's smartest home computer. The Apple TV 4K 2025 isn't about streaming faster or adding ports. It's about redefining how technology blends into our daily lives. It's about a home that's aware, adaptive, and uniquely yours. So when you sit down to watch your next show, remember this: the future of Apple's ecosystem might already be glowing on your wall. Silent, smart, and always one step ahead. If you found this deep dive helpful, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell, because the next few months are going to be exciting. When Apple unveils the 2025 Apple TV 4K, it won't just change what we watch, it'll change how our homes think. The living room revolution is coming. And it starts with a little black box that's about to become Apple's most intelligent product yet.